It's day 28 of designing Animal Crossing Island in 30 days on hard mode. Yesterday, we decorated our house. Today, we'll find out if that got us to the S tier ranking we are hoping for. That is, of course, one of the goals we're trying to achieve with this challenge, and this was the last opportunity we had. So let's go outside and check the mail. I'm really hoping for good news here. There's the Happy Home Academy. We did order some things from the Nook Mileage program that have also arrived, and we did it. S tier ranking. Your home topped the 20,000 point mark. That's cause for celebration and a special gift from the HHA. That special gift is, and I'll explain my inventory in a second, the bronze HHA plaque. There are a bunch of these little gifts you can unlock, so I'm glad we got the first big one, and we'll definitely be hanging this up somewhere. All of this stuff you see here was me playing a little bit off camera. I managed to get one of my favorite DIYs going to a cat island yesterday after I was done recording, and that was the angled signpost. This thing is pretty cheap and has a few different customizations, a perfect item to spam in different places. We can have one here that points to Nook's Cranny. We can go over here, have one that points to Able Sisters in this direction. There's a lot of cool little opportunities we can have. We can make a really silly thing where there's just a bunch of them next to each other pointing in different directions. Just a fun item to place in as many places as possible. We're going to be doing all of these Nook Miles tasks and more probably today because we need the miles very badly. We're under 2,000. Even though I did try and get some more after I was done recording, I spent 1,000. Oh, here, I just got it back. I spent 1,000 just going to a cat island to try and get some supplies, which worked out beautifully. We'll be doing that again today. And yeah, it's going to be a busy one. I kind of am going into today with a bit of a determination to get some big projects done. I think it was yesterday that I mentioned, they're all running together at this point, that we will be trying to decorate a couple of larger areas on the island today to get ourselves into a position where, one, things feel more finished, and two, it just kind of stacks up the points. So the stuff we ordered yesterday will kind of help us out with that. It'll give us some larger items as like focal points for different builds, and yeah, I mean, buckle up. This one's gonna be really busy. It is, of course, our last market day as well. So we get a couple more items to play with, which is always exciting. I'd say these are decent items too. The generator is always a fantastic item for the campsite. Ship in a bottle is just a cute little item to put somewhere. We have the blue trash can, and that could also be a campsite item. And then this old-timey radio. I don't know if I would put this outside. Maybe if we make like someone a yard sale, which I actually think I have an idea for that, we might do that. This is a great item, I think. I think this is the kind of thing you would see at a yard sale, is the big, premier item that someone would put out. We're going to buy our last piece of candy, and we're just going to try and make the most of our very last market day. I don't think it'll let me buy another one, right? Yeah, one per customer. So sad to have Halloween upon us and you can only buy one little piece of wrapped candy. And we need to buy wrapping paper. We need to buy customization kits. I did this last time where I looked at everything and then I didn't come back. So let's at least start. Let's at least start to buy like a lot of these. If we don't get wrapping paper at this point, I don't care as much. But the customization kits are crucial for getting this place to look and feel how we want it to. Those tiny little details really like come to life when you have the customization kits. Otherwise, you put down a stall and you're stuck with the default way it looks, and you can't really make it fit the area that you're trying to make it fit. And while it might get you to 5 stars, you won't feel very fulfilled having used like the base item for every single thing you put down that was from a DIY. The good news, by the way, is that I don't think I need to buy any more floors or wallpapers. I feel like I have everything I need. The house is S tier now. I'm not going to worry about that. I'll save our money and spend it on more customization kits. And yeah, I will have to come back for wrapping paper. I can't forget that, but I'm running out of money already. This bell boom ordinance is taking its toll right now. All right, last batch for the time being. I've spent most of my money on this. If I want to buy some wrapping paper, I'm going to need even more money. And if I want to buy the furniture, I'm going to need even more money. So let's not go too wild. I think we probably have enough. Yeah, 71 customization kits on me. And if we were smart, today would be the day we customize some of the items that have been standing by, waiting for customization, because if we need more kits, today's the only day to buy them. Another thing that happened while I was playing a little more yesterday is I got the inflatable sofa, which I'm going to grab because it's just a great item to stick on the beach. I'm also grabbing it because there's, too much stuff in my storage again, and I'm trying to empty out my inventory. And yeah, I think I'm going to grab an assortment. Oh, I got this outdoor bench from, I think, Samson too. I'm sorry I didn't record any of that. I think I'm going to try to grab some items that I feel like would make sense for a little yard sale because, like I said, that is like an idea that I have. One of the reasons I'm doing a yard sale is because I just have this random stuff and it's like such a good excuse to like, you know what I mean? It just like put things on the island, random things that just have no business being anywhere else. And now what I'm going to do is just go around kind of doing my daily tasks of digging up things like gyroids and fossils. And as I go, I'm going to start placing down some extra shrubs. I did grab some shrubs on the Captain Island because they were there and they matched the ones we're already using. So I figured, why not? Let's grab some, and I'm going to empty out my inventory, you know, one shrub at a time. A couple of big trees as well that I grabbed because I don't ever get the opportunity to get fully grown versions of this particular tree. And we talked about maybe making this like a big dense forest. So I thought, hey, you know, we have like 3 of these extra trees. Let's kind of use them in more of the bald spots here in this area just to kind of like get them down somewhere. And this is going to be the kind of build where we just kind of throw things in it as we go. It's going to be densely packed with trees. And by densely packed, I mean I'm adding 3 trees to the trees that are already here. And that's the build. And then, yeah, we're going to make little foresty items to just kind of sprinkle upon it because I don't know what else to do up here. I feel like I have all the farms I'm going to need. Maybe if we happen to find potatoes or something today, we'll make a little potato garden somewhere. But that's about it. So yeah, this area is going to be a forest. And I do feel like this is our garage sale. And it's going to be Silvana, who's trying to offload some stuff. She moved here, and her parents decided that, like, oh, maybe you can hold on to some of this crap for us. And she doesn't have room. You know, her new place is a little bit smaller. She's downsizing. She's trying to live a simpler life. So Silvana's going to be hosting a yard sale. And we're going to be building all that out. Silvana, or we could do Sprinkle. No. I think we'll do Silvana. Silvana will host a yard sale. So I'm going to drop all the items that I want in the yard sale right now, which is, oh, not that. Probably not going to be everything for the moment, but I grabbed the manhole covers that I had made. I made those to just get some extra Nook miles, and I'm going to put those around the island. But yeah, these things here are going to be part of the display, if you will. I'm going to keep the inflatable sofa and go board for like a beach build. Bronze HHA plaque obviously goes in my house, but yeah. Okay, so 4 things. We'll get more. Love that it's raining today, by the way. Don't have to water any flowers. It looks like we did get a new pink tulip. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to pop up here and see if we have another one from the very bad flower breeding garden we have here. And it looks like, aha. So these tulips did happen to spawn something. It just wasn't a pink tulip. It was a red tulip. A little disappointing. We'll try again tomorrow. I'd love to get one more of these for one spot on the island I'm trying to get 2 for. Otherwise, I could steal it from here. I don't want to steal it, but we could. Remind me to put some vines on the side of this cliff. And by remind me, I mean by the time you remind me, I'll have, it'll be too late. But remind me to put some vines on the cliff because this is a spot I'm going to be climbing up and down from a lot. And we have vines down here, so it would make sense. And yeah, our bamboo shoots are starting to come up, which is great. It looks like they're already sprouting more bamboo shoots. Oh, it's a fossil. I didn't think they could spawn bamboo shoots so fast. Okay, cool. Gonna put an orange shrub here, or at least I'm gonna try. I don't even know if that's a tile that can be walked in. Let's try that again. Yes. Okay, cool. So we got an orange shrub. We can throw a yellow one down right here, perhaps. Let's kind of alternate between different orange and yellow shrubs. These look so nice. I do love that, you know, we just have ones that are in bloom right now. That's why I chose those specific ones. And I think, you know, they add a lot. I think just having stuff like this just adds the exact right amount of clutter. I'm just now realizing this too, and you probably caught it before I did. Those red mums that I planted were red windflowers all along. And I'm just now seeing that. That just hit me. I'm like, why are there red windflowers? I don't remember putting those there. And there's a rock right in the middle of the path too. That's great. Okay. There's so much to do. There's a lot I need to do on this island in terms of new things I have to put on the ground. Having to like clean up more messes is not what I need right now. That is the opposite of what I need. I'm setting myself up for failure at every turn with Grimvale. New recipe though, trees, bounty lamp. I'm not sure if we're gonna have enough supplies to make this. It's just 6 acorns and 4 clay. It's a little guy. We might make one. Let's see what a shrub would look like right here. I did imagine that this area would have stuff like shrubs and things kind of like around. And then if I put a shrub behind the fence right here, would this look good? I think so. Yeah, it's really hard to plant a shrub and then regret planting that shrub. I don't think I've done that too often. So yeah, we can definitely scatter some around these cliffs. All right, last pre-gathered shrub, and I'm gonna try and put it like right here. If it'll let me. Nope. Right here. There we go. Okay. We'll need more items up here, but for now that's pretty good. Let's also take the pink tulip and put it here, and we'll it's getting watered right now. We'll hope that a third pink tulip encourages a fourth pink tulip. I guess I'm gonna go around picking up the red windflowers. I know that that's a little bit of a shame, but they just don't make any sense to me here. I'm trying to like be somewhat organized. Maybe we'll get lucky today, and on our Captain Island we'll find mums and more shrubs of the exact same kind we're already using, and that can be, you know, how we like make up for it. We get some red mums from that island, but yeah, I don't want to keep them. I'm sorry. Bye, red windflowers. Let's hope this is yet another recipe. I am just desperate for anything right now. I thought this was going to be such a better month for getting DIYs. It's a layered tank dress, so no, not another recipe. As I run around, I'm also trying to kind of like take care of little things that I'm putting off, such as this, like putting this path up underneath the bridge. Stuff like this is just never going to get done if I don't stop what I'm doing to get it done. And I'm here to put down the inflatable sofa here on the beach. I like this color for it. I'm not going to have it customized. And I'm going to put the go board down. And I'm going to consider putting some chairs around it of some kind. Or it can just be something people play standing up. But it just feels like this beach can be a little more of like a party area if I just put a couple little items on it like that. So I'm happy with that. As for the manhole cover, like finding little spots for it, I'm looking for like corners and intersections where it kind of makes sense. And these are always a little bit hard to place. You can't push them, so you have to like stand in the exact right spot. And yeah, that's still not looking quite right to me. We'll put it up a little bit higher maybe. Maybe I don't love this corner for the manhole cover because we already have like an item kind of on the path anyway. Can we center one with the museum? Let's find out. Yep, that's centered. I like that. Okay, cool. Looks like we have something else buried here. And somehow we ended up with 5 fossils today. I must have missed one from the previous day. Let's go get these identified. Maybe we get another little fossil. I keep finding little fossils to decorate with. He took none of them, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and sell off some things. Maybe I'll keep one fossil to wrap up for Samson. But other than that, we just got to get our inventory cleared out here. We're back up to 26,000 bells, which should be more than enough to just buy out the store. Ooh, got 2,000 points for buying up some stuff, which is great. We definitely need it. Samson is cooking something, and also the villager I'm here to give a gift to. Not a bad recipe to get, pumpkin cupcakes. He's giving me a jester's mask. And now I finally look on the outside how I feel on the inside whenever I give Samson a present. Okay, back to placing down some items. More manhole covers. I think we'll put one here, and then we're gonna put one by the airport. I think to me, these are all pretty good spots. We don't need to spam them everywhere, just kind of like imply that we have a sewer system even though nobody has toilets. And I grabbed a few more items for the yard sale. So with these, I want to talk a little bit about money. We really need money today. We have some, I bought 2 generators. One's going to be for the campsite, but I want to go customize it. So I'm going to need money for that. But I also cannot use crops or fruit to make money anymore. And the reason I'm imposing that rule on myself right now is because we only have a couple days left, and I don't remember, but I think it takes like at least 3 days for the fruit to grow back on the trees. The crops take a few days to grow, and I would like all the crops to be fully grown when I upload the dream address to this island on day 30. So I'm not going to harvest any more crops. They're now fully decorations. The good news is that we have diving, so I can definitely go diving for a little bit and try and get money that way to just at least, you know, get our money tree planted and buy the customizations we want from Harv's Island. Before I go diving, I'm just going to get this customization, or this, this HHA plaque out of my inventory. That's not really where I meant to put it. We just want this on the wall somewhere, just to help everybody understand that, like, hey, even though the house looks a little bit in disarray right now, and we still are collecting money for the Better House Fund, listen, we know what we're doing. We have an S tier house still, even though it is absolute chaos in here. And one last thing I'm going to do before diving is I'm actually going to taper this corner. It's been bothering me for a while, seeing this kind of like sharp corner by the staircase here. I thought it'd be fine to leave it kind of natural, but I don't know. This to me just looks a lot better. So good. That's done. Let's go make some money. Oh, wait, before we go, I forgot. All these fences here can be sold for money, which is what I'm trying to earn right now. Also, I think I'm going to cook all of these into something. I don't know. I'm still hesitant to sell any food, but look, we have 50 simple wooden fences, which will earn us something. I have 15 hedges, which I think I'm actually going to keep for another build. Everything else can go. All together, these fences earn us a total of 5,972 bells. So they're, yeah, okay, we need to go diving. Fences are not some get-rich-quick scheme. So I'll just be here doing this for a little while, and then when I'm done, we'll see how much money we end up with. Probably a good amount if I'm already finding pearls. And one just about full inventory later, minus my tools and this mermaid dresser DIY I got from Pascal, we've earned 55,000 bells. That's excellent. This is going to be more than enough money to customize all the things I want to customize over at Harv's Island. I'm trying to grab those things now. There's actually not a ton of stuff in my storage currently that I want to customize. I did forget to hang this up, not that it mattered, but I do think that looks really cool in the garage. I think there's only, like, let's see, just a few things. The outdoor generator, the diner sofa, and the Papa Bear. One of my 2 Papa Bears. I want to try customizing those. And then a lot of my customizations are actually stuff that I can just do myself, like the stall and things over by Zucker's place. I've just been, out of DIY kits, so I haven't been able to. So nothing here. I might have just done all that diving, not for nothing, but just not, it wasn't diving I guess I needed to do urgently now that I'm looking around. The red cot, the camping cot's fine. No, I think I'm pretty happy with the way a lot of stuff looks. Oh well, I wanted to go there anyway to get my hairstyle, so we were destined for a trip anyway. Ooh, maybe we can customize this bench into something that looks a little bit better for this kind of like visiting bus stoppy area we're going to create. And by the way, when I talk about filling up big areas today, this is like my main goal, getting this one done. Anything over here to the right is just kind of a bonus. Today is getting more involved than I thought. So tomorrow we'll have like more free time to kind of like do DIYs and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm just warning you now. I guess I'm warning myself too. I don't exactly know how much decorating I'm going to do today. And I feel like I say that every day, which is a great sign for getting 5 stars in 30 days. In fact, let's take a vote. I know a lot of people watch and they don't comment. I'm going to encourage even those of you who don't comment to just leave me a quick comment. If you think we're going to get to 5 stars, just leave 5 stars in your comment. In fact, leave the amount of stars you think we will end this challenge with. I imagine we will see mostly 4 and 5 stars, with some of you putting less than 4, assuming that I'm going to mess this up somehow so bad they take stars away from me. But we're currently at 4. Do you think we end this challenge at 4? Or do you think by, day 30, in a couple days, we can actually do it? We can actually get to have 5 stars in 30 days. How are you feeling? Let me know with just some emojis, star emojis in the comments. This mask is absolutely horrifying, by the way. I guess because we've kind of inadvertently created a Halloween island, it's kind of the perfect thing to wear around, and I don't have my beard, so I may as well keep it for now. But watching my character like get something done, like a haircut, where normally they make really animated facial expressions, and it's just this weird plastic smile that I'm just stuck with, is a bit terrifying. Also, I can't get my hairstyle, it turns out. We got Kicks here yesterday, and because I haven't been unlocking the hairstyles, I wrongly assumed I could sit in this chair and get all of them in one shot, and Kicks was the last place I put down. I can't get my hairstyle because I screwed up. I guess I'll just have to pick a different hairstyle. There's some hairstyles I haven't unlocked in Nooks yet. Oh man, I can't believe I fell for that. Okay, so Papa Bear has a few different designs here. I'm trying to think of something if we put them outside that would look good. And this one looks really cool, but more for like, I think, a Christmas themed island. Let's see, any like good ones for fall? I mean, not necessarily. The Choco one and the cream one both feel to me like, they're a little bit different than the caramel mocha that we currently have. Maybe we'll go with Choco. And again, all the ribbons feel like they're leaning into the wrong holidays for this island, so no ribbon. Outdoor generator wise though, I always like the orange one. It just kind of reminds me of like something you'd pick up at Home Depot, like after you get to the campsite and you realize, oh shoot, like I actually do want power. So you run over to the town's nearest Home Depot and just get whatever. I'm doing this diner sofa because I already have other diner items that match this particular color scheme. So instead of resisting it and trying to just change all the diner stuff to match a color I would actually use, I'm just gonna make it at least conform to what I already have. Just in case I like do get some more diner stuff. And then our lecture hall bench only has 2 variants. I thought this had more. I could have sworn it did. I'm just gonna stick with the light brown, and there's a chance I replace this with something else because it isn't quite the right item anyway, and I know we could get the proper one from the Nook Stop, the seat that kind of looks like that, but it's different. And I guess that's all the business we have in Harv's today. I can't exactly buy shoes. It's not allowed. I'm so disappointed in myself for not thinking ahead on that hairstyle thing. If I had just gotten one hairstyle yesterday, like maybe that wouldn't have worked still. I've been here so many times. I could have definitely gotten all the hairstyles by now. I can't believe how badly I've played myself. All right, well, I'm going to start preparing to decorate some areas. For the time being, the lecture hall bench is just going to be the bench I use. It's either going to be the bench or it's going to be a placeholder, and I might buy the other bench that would look better there. I think our Home Depot generator could maybe go right here behind the campsite like tent. I could put it in front too. I don't know. I feel a little bit weird about putting it right next to the water, even though I do want something here. But I just don't think your gas generator should be as close as possible to the ocean. Just feels a little irresponsible. Maybe we put it like in front of the campsite, like just at least not like fully like on the edge there, and we can still walk around it. I might plant a little shrub or flower or something there, but yeah, it's working for me. I think just having a generator at the campsite is always a good item to use. And then the next thing I want to do is start customizing Zucker's place. Oh, the menu board. I think I wanted to change that too over at Harv's, but you know what? We're fine. Let's take all this down. I'm going to redo all of this. We're going to do this chair in black. We're going to maybe, let's see. I think we keep all this stuff the way it is. Maybe we do the well in a different color because it's kind of like not next to Zucker's house as close to it as I thought it would be. So the red roof is, well, it's not bad actually. No, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it the way it is. I thought, oh, red roof, red door. But it's, you know what? The more I look at it in like this kind of forest environment, I actually kind of like it there. Do we have the stonework kitchen in a design that works for the vibes here? This white one with the red brick looks really nice. And I would say out of all these different kitchens, this is probably the one that looks the best for indoor use. But for the different like colors and stuff I'm using at Zucker's, it just isn't working for me. And this is one of those things where, and when in doubt, I'm kind of feeling like this is a good one to use. It kind of, I like that outdoorsy ruins kind of vibe. Really what it should be about though is, does it match or does it go well with this brick oven? I think black's one of those colors that goes with everything. So I'm kind of wondering actually, if I make this black and then I make the stonework kitchen black, that might be the best color scheme we can do for this. Especially because this has that touch of like red brick in it. It'll match Zucker's door still. Okay, I think I'm gonna go this route. What does that mean for our stall though? Do I want to use like a dark brown wood? Do I want to use like the black wood because now I'm using a different color scheme for everything else? I did decide a long time ago that the Panera bread pattern was the one I wanted to go with, which is this one right here. I don't know if anyone agrees that pattern reminds you of Panera bread, but I felt that way for a while. And I do think it looks nice with this dark brown kind of stall, so I think we can go with this combination. Happy to take 2,000 miles for all the customizing we've been doing. That's so good. I couldn't help myself. I came back to Harv's just to customize the menu signboard. I suffered all those loading screens for you to do this. I also did happen to check that the the haircuts are still not on offer anymore today. I just sat down again just to see. Apparently Zucker is going to serve coffee, and I don't mind it saying coffee. That's not a big deal. I just want the color of the wood to match the stall that we just made. The good news is the other item that we've been using with the stall the last couple days was the cream and sugar item, which I wasn't even going to customize. But since we're here, we can use the silver tray and make it fit into the scenery nice and cleanly. And I guess we can like throw a coffee mug up there too. We never got a cash register. I would have liked to get one. But yeah, now Zucker's place is specifically selling coffee, and the cream and sugar make more sense. I'm not sure what makes him think he can compete with Brewster, but he's trying. He's certainly trying. Okay, so there's our brick oven and stonework kitchen together. Somehow, even though they're both DIYs and stuff, they just really don't blend in together as well as you would think, which is a bit of a shame because these are both brick kind of like cooking themed items. You would expect them to kind of like go together more, but they don't. It's okay. I'm still going to use them. They still both look really cool. I've always loved the smoke coming out of the oven, the brick oven. So I'm going to roll with it, but I'm a little surprised. Okay, the menu chalkboard, on the other hand, goes very well with our stall here. That's looking real good. And then this chair that I customized here is ready to go. So we'll put that right there. And good. Yeah, I would say the customizations we did with Zucker's stuff make this area look a lot better. I like this way better now. And I didn't even realize his thatch roof matches the kind of like that mocha color of the stall and sign really, really well. So, you know what? His coffee may not be anywhere near as good as Brewster's. I don't know. Maybe it's better. I have no idea. At least this area is looking pretty sharp now. I like it. I still don't have the stone and iron fence available to me. That one time it was there and I forgot to get it. That was probably the only time we were going to see it. And there's more hairstyles. I just didn't realize there was this many more hairstyles. I'm a little scared to gamble on these and grab only like one when one of the ones I really like might be in one of the other two. So maybe I could look up which ones are which. But I was coming in here really to see like, is there anything else I want to spend my points on so that tomorrow I have even more options, even more things to work with. This public bench right here is the bench I was thinking could replace the lecture hall bench. And I am going to go ahead and grab this because I think it's just going to look better. As for everything else, again, tons of really cool stuff in here. I think I'm going to wait until I've used all the items I'm going to use today before doing anything else. And the reason behind that is because I just don't exactly know what I'm going to do. You know, we're just going to grab items. We're going to vibe and we'll see how it turns out. And then I'll decide if there's anything else we should spend some points on. Time to get everything we ordered yesterday out of the mailbox. And let's just see what all this stuff together could look like. I think we can make this look pretty nice. So first things first, let's kind of decide where certain items are going to go, right? There's some more path work we're going to do here. But we pretty much have everything we need now for like this little bus station kind of rest stop area. I don't know about rest stop, like waiting area for the airport, right? The snack machine, it's a bit tall, but we can put it there just for the time being. Curved streetlight, I imagined would go somewhere in this build. I don't know, maybe exactly like that, or maybe it could actually go at the very entrance of the island. We are going to need some stuff in the foreground as people kind of like enter the island. So yeah, this might be a good spot for it. Kind of put it there right off the path. That looks pretty good. And what else? If I decide to make this little area a park-like experience, I did get the park clock. And I do love the park clock. Such a good item. And it does really make me want to make a park. So that's probably what I'm going to go with. And then the steel trash can, I think, again, is just a good item for, you know, this kind of setup. We have a snack machine. People are going to be buying snacks while they wait, and we want them to be respectful and throw away the trash from the snacks. I guess what would be kind of interesting is what if we created, like, using some more paths and stuff, what if we created a section that wasn't just off the road like this, but it was actually a little waiting area, which doesn't make much sense when I say it out loud. I'm talking about an area that is a little more intimate and like closed off. So the chairs and stuff kind of like sit in there with the snack machine and the trash can in a way that's not just right off the road, but maybe the items can kind of face each other a little bit more. So what if we did this? We made kind of like a box. We kind of like surrounded it in fences or hedges or something. This would probably be easier to kind of like see the vision if I go and decide what kind of fences I want to make. So here, let's look at that real quick. I think given the items we're going to use, the iron fence is probably the best one. And I can go ahead and just buy the customization, the fence customization thing, so that we can make them kind of match everything else, the park clock and stuff like that. I did grab myself a mini DIY workbench though, and I'm just kind of using this temporarily to craft over here. And I can't imagine needing more than 10 of these, but who knows? I change my mind on this stuff all the time. Let's get custom fencing in a flash for 2,500 points. eating into my hair budget. All right, we can do this customization on our iron fences. And yeah, I just want to see what it would look like if I surrounded this area with this fence. And thanks to not being able to count so well, I did need more than 10, it seems. We need some more fences. A quick tip with customizing fences, it's better not to do what I just did and customize them in batches like this, because you can use, I think it only costs one customization kit for customizing the whole stack. Yeah, so one customization kit, if I had a stack of 20 instead of 10, it still would have only cost one customization kit. So I am kind of wasting materials right now. But yeah, this is kind of the idea, right? And then just to see for a second, what would it look like if I kind of like made the fence come off like that and then stop? It feels kind of unnecessary. I won't do it. But imagine that we put the snack machine here, and maybe we kind of like move it down like this, and then we put our waiting bench just across from it. So that would go here, and then we could just put our trash can kind of in between the two, and it would just go there. I honestly thought this would be more room, and I don't like it. I actually hate this. Everything feels cramped and weird. I like that this is like a little area that's its own offshoot that's supposed to be like next to the airport and a waiting area for flights to come in, but I definitely don't like how it looks with those things facing each other. What if we did this instead? So it's still fenced in, we've got the snack area, and then the trash can kind of be like near the front of the area. I wish I could go closer to the fences, honestly. That's kind of one of the things that's tripping me up right now. But yeah, the trash can, maybe what we can do is kind of put it like this. It gives the fence kind of a good reason to be stopped where it is. In fact, what we can do is move it to the other side like that. And then let's take this lamp and put it over here. We can pull it in one if we want to, or keep it centered on the fence like that. And now the area feels a little more balanced. We have a tall thing here, a tall thing here, a tall thing here, and then some more stout items here and here. Yeah, I think I like that better. What I might do is take this lamp and the trash can to halves to customize them so that they match everything. And yeah, I think that'll look pretty good. What that does too is leaves room over here for the park clock. More in this area for more people to be able to enjoy, both by like the town center and the rest stop area. Just creates another tall item in the background. I kind of like that. And this build is also the reason I've not visited Captain Island today, because I was trying to decide if I was going to want more trees. And at this stage, we need the trees to be fully grown. And I think I do. I think I would like to line some trees right here. And that'll do a couple things. It'll just kind of like separate the museum from the airport, which we kind of need because they're not lined up. And it will just add more, you know, foliage and stuff around here, which we desperately need. This is just looking like a desert right now. And then over yonder, we have this area that's becoming like our one like beach hangout. So I thought, what if I add the lifeguard chair here? And I'm going to customize this too so it matches the inflatable sofa more. But what if we kind of like pull this over here-ish? We maybe take this guy and like pull it up here a little bit more. I feel like kind of centering it between these two benches is the right call. But that could go there, and then we can also take ring toss and kind of tuck it over here, so we have like a place to relax, someone can be on lifeguard duty for people swimming, and a couple places to play games. And the last thing I'm going to do before I go to the Captain Island is I did grab the vines. Thank you if you left me a reminder. I'm going to put a couple extra vines up here by Gigi's house. We'll hang one right there, and I think we could put like two next to each other right here. And that gives me a couple different ways to get up and down on that little cliff area that I otherwise don't have too much business hanging around in, but once in a while we got to pop up there. I'm going to sloppily drop everything in front of my house here, and then we're going to head over to the Captain Island with the intention to grab up all the trees. We're just going to scoop them up, and I may not use every single one, but that's the idea, is to plant with them. There are areas that could definitely use trees. I mean, where this hole is that I've been planting gyroids in, a tree could go right here and I could put some fences around my house. That would be kind of nice. There's definitely a need for some more trees, and we do not have time to wait for them to grow. I hope Captain doesn't do bamboo islands. That's going to be disappointing. Ooh, I think this is the closest you can get to a bamboo island. I am disappointed because it only has coconut trees. More vines, which I wasn't asking for right now. I guess it depends on what recipe is here. Unless it's shoes, it better not be clothing. Ruined broken pillar. Okay, this is a cool recipe, and it does require vines to make. Cool. I'm so disappointed. Like, I really was not wanting more of these trees. I don't think I'm even going to grab any. I might take some coconuts because I could use the food for some other things. It's just that I really didn't want to spend 2,000 miles on a Nook Miles ticket because I need my miles. And now I'm going to have spent 3,000 miles trying to get trees. It was a risk. It was a risk coming here. It always was, but I just, I didn't think it would be like this. I'm so distraught over this. It's a shame too, because normally this is the exact kind of island I would want from a cat and boat experience, especially when I'm trying to collect all those recipes. Okay, I've hit all the rocks, I've grabbed up all the vines, and that's not really all I feel like doing. I'm glad I got a cool recipe out of this. It wasn't a full waste or anything, but now I got to risk a Nook Miles ticket bringing me to a bamboo island, and I'm not excited about that. It would be nice to have fully grown bamboo for that one spot on the island where I would like fully grown bamboo, but it would not make up for not getting just normal trees, which is what I desperately want right now. Now, I know nobody feels bad for me, okay? Let's be real. I get it. This is all my doing, okay? If I had just not chopped down every tree every single time it got my way, I would have extra trees right now to play with. If I had planned ahead a little bit better and gave myself more time to decorate certain spots on the island, I could have just planted the saplings and I would have trees right now. So the irony of this problem is not lost on me, okay? I understand. If you want to rub it in the comments anyway, fine. I'll take the engagement. Go ahead. But I'm just making it known that, yes, I know this is my fault. I know that was my fault too. Now I have to make a new shovel. The thing is, there's actually more stuff I would like to spend my points on today, so I'm actually not going to go get those trees from a Nook Miles island. Instead, I went ahead and crafted some of our new ruined pillars, and I figured this would be like a good way to get, one, even more stuff on the ground, but two, just like get this area, this cool little area we're starting to make, like filled out even more. So I don't know exactly where to put these yet, but I also have the stone tablet again too. Let's go and put this over here. I do think maybe something like that. Maybe we can kind of shove this ruined pillar back by the cliff like that. So it's kind of cool to see like just two pillars just like that when you get over here. And then I think the stone tablet could go right here. Oh, but I forgot to customize it. I want this to be like the mossy variety of the stone tablet. It's also a little larger than I remember it too. Maybe it can go somewhere else. Yeah, I think this item, like now that I have the pillars on the right side of the paths, I think the stone tablet would look good over here on the left, just from like the perspective of like walking over here for the first time. Or maybe things balance out a little bit more if we trade the ruined pillar and stone tablet like that, because now it looks like this tablet is here telling people about some kind of like, I don't know, ancient arena that used to be over here. And you have the ruined pillars by the cliff. That's kind of cool. I like that. I also thought, given the jungle vibes, it'd be kind of cool to put like a couple of these tiki torches in here, so I could put like one on the corner of the path like that, and then maybe one like over there in the back. No, again, I'm kind of having a trouble with balance. You know, if I have fire here, it feels like there should be fire over here. Okay, so not a tiki torch. The other thing I did grab though was the pirate ship cannon, but the more I think about this, the more I wonder if a pirate ship cannon kind of makes sense with all this other stuff. You could maybe justify it. I do kind of wonder if I just tuck it like slightly behind the ruined pillar, if that looks kind of cool. Maybe it tells a little bit of a story. Maybe there was like an old civilization here, and this is kind of like a monument to it. And so the pirate cannon represents like what happened to that society. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. I will say, just from like a visually appealing standpoint, I like it back there a lot. It just feels like a cool vibe. So yeah, I think this area looks pretty nice. I'm just gonna leave it. In terms of other things I want to try, I figured it'd be kind of cool to try putting hedges right there and then matching it on the other side of the museum. The problem is, of course, none of this is like symmetrical at all. Having this many hedges here is fine, but then I can't put the same amount over here, and the fountain doesn't quite work with that. So okay, probably not going to do hedges here. Alternatively, I could put the hedges here, and so we line the path with them, and this will do a couple things. It does create, you know, I don't know, a more finished vibe, and they can act as the backdrop, as just part of the backdrop to this, like what will eventually be some trees lining the area, right? So if we just do this to a certain point, I don't know how far to make this go. If we leave it right where it is, that is 3 tiles past this iron fence on either side, and that looks pretty good, I think. I think we could just do that. And that should mean the trees that we plant will also be, you know, in a symmetrical number. I want to say even or odd. I'm not sure yet. I haven't counted it out. But yeah, that will look pretty cool. It does mean we'll need an item right here of some kind, but we'll figure that out. Real quick, let's get our street light customized as well as our trash can. And we'll get everything placed back down where we like it. And I think this has like the beginnings of something kind of cool. I do like this. I think with a few more items, maybe right here and maybe right over on the right there, it would look pretty cool. And of course, the trees. Tomorrow we should have a tree that's fully grown from this batch, right? This tree here will be a money tree, and I can go ahead and like take the money and then replant the tree. So that'll be good. Speaking of money tree, I almost forgot that I didn't grab this today. And while we're up here, let me go ahead and I guess start work on the garage sale. I'm going to give this space its own little concrete pad. And I don't know why exactly, it just feels like it kind of needs something. This is one of the situations where if I could put rugs outside, I would absolutely put a rug instead of this path. And I already kind of decided a while back not to use the custom designs, even though they'd be awesome. It would cause me to go on to like Nintendo Online to get them because I'm just not going to give myself the time to make any. And then that feels kind of like cheating. So we're just making do with what we have. Going to use the outdoor bench to display a couple things. We're going to display, not drop, we're going to display the Gothic mirror and the bottled ship. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to take the old retro kind of like radio, the retro stereo, it can go right there. We can still walk between those. That's good. I think the outdoor generator can kind of go there. That's a good item for this. I'll put the traditional tea set kind of like right here. And then I also grabbed a Mr. Flamingo. I think this guy can kind of go there. This does kind of feel like a garage sale. I actually really like this. I think the baby chair is a good little item. So that can go there. And maybe what I can do at some point is add a couple little fences around this area and then a sign. I think it'd be kind of cool to put a sign like right here that says yard sale and points up, just so people kind of know what the heck this is. And it's always fun to make like a little sign like that. In the meantime, this cedar tree being moved down here will help kind of obscure the mess up there. So that just feels like a good spot for that tree. And before I leave Nooks for the day, I'm going to just go ahead and buy up even more customization kits. I'm probably going to regret using my money this way, but then again, no, I'm not. There's bound to be more things I want to customize, and if I run out of customization kits again, I'm going to be so sad. And to be honest, at this point, I just want to finish up these Nook Mile tasks and then see how many miles we have, because I want to buy a couple more things to have on order for tomorrow. Chopped up my 10 pieces of wood. We're at 3,000 miles now. I'm going to do my fishing at the river because I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you get a better chance at getting things like old boots if you fish at the river. It just feels like that's, in my experience, where I've gotten the most trash items from. And the other day when I was fishing, I got those 3 pieces of trash. They were all from the river. So for good luck, I guess, at the very least, I'm going to try and get a boot. I really want a second boot so I can make some kind of shoe by the end of this. Oh, I caught something new though. A neon tetra. Nice. Got my 5 bugs. Pretty easy. Hopefully this has something good in it. 5,000 bells. All right. Yeah, I'll take that. I did manage to get a piece of trash. It just wasn't the right piece of trash. All right. Another fish caught. Not quite 4,000 points yet. We have some pretty easy tasks I could do if we need to get there, but I'm going to just kind of shop and see what the heck I even want to get. First, I'll make sure to donate the neon tetra. And yeah, there's, as always, definitely some really coveted, highly coveted items in here. Like the volleyball net is a pretty easy one. You can put it on any beach and it looks awesome. The problem with the volleyball net is like 3,000 Nook miles for just one kind of neat item. I don't even have a volleyball to go with it, so maybe not that. The 4,000 and up category does have some of the even more coveted items like the pergola. I could do a couple things real quick and just go ahead and order this. Would I use it though, is the question. And I think I might actually, because this is the kind of thing where you can kind of put it in like a big empty area and decorate around it in a pretty cool way. Like I've been wondering what to do with this spot here in front of Samson and Molly's houses. And yeah, you could put the pergola right here. We can move these trees a little bit. We could throw some flowers down. And I do have extra flowers I want to kind of like put somewhere. So yeah, we could maybe make like a little pergola garden-y kind of area. I might do that, honestly. I gotta find a spot for this too. I always like putting these somewhere, but I don't know where. You can cook with these, by the way. They are a utility item. Yeah, okay. I already talked to one villager. Let's talk to a couple more to get the 3 villager task done. We'll chat with Molly, who's very excited about the pumpkin decorations. There's so many stages set for Halloween. Get ready. We're gonna have more. I hope. This might be all the orange pumpkins I have in the world if I'm not going to harvest anymore. So, okay, there'll be some more pumpkin decorations. So that's an extra 200 points. And catching one specific bug is never that fun. I can cook real quick. I just cook one item, or I could grab shells for an easy 200 points and some extra money. I just found a beach DIY. I thought I got this today already. It is a cooking recipe. Spaghetti marinara. All right. Yeah, not a bad one. I think we are certainly going to need to, put more food somewhere. One potluck area, unfortunately, might not be enough. What a miserable place Grimvale is. All right, 8,400 bells for selling some shells. And cooking up a storm is literally like cook one item, so we'll just do that real quick. And that does put us over 4,000 Nook miles, which is all I wanted. We also get some additional miles for shells, which means another 1,000. Nice. Okay, we're gonna save that particular amount of Nook miles because I'm probably gonna need to buy even more stuff tomorrow. Let's just get the pergola. I think this is going to be 4,000 miles well spent. And with that, day 28 comes to a close. We are left with only 2 days before we can finally call this done and hopefully be at 5 stars. Tomorrow's episode will be right there if it's ready, so you can go ahead and click on it. Otherwise, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.